Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving into something pretty wild today. Google's experimenting with a whole new AI search engine.
Oh, wow.
It's called Learnabout, and it's not just like your typical search results, with a bunch of blue links.
Really?
Yeah, it's more like interactive summaries and exploration menus, almost like it's guiding you through a topic.
Hmm.
We've got a great article here from Search Engine Journal breaking it all down, so let's jump in.
Yeah, let's see what this is all about.
So this Learnabout thing uses something called interactive lists. Sound pretty cool.
Okay.
Instead of just text, they use images to make exploring a topic visually engaging.
So you can actually see different aspects of the topic.
Yeah, almost like a mind map, which I think
Yeah.
could be super helpful for getting the big picture.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see how that would be useful.
What's interesting to me is that this approach seems to encourage a more active way of learning.
You're not just passively scrolling through links. You're prompted to click, explore, and interact.
Right. It's almost like Google's trying to make learning more like a game.
Gamify it a bit. Yeah.
And you do eventually get to those traditional articles and videos.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a section called Explore-Related Content.
So it's not completely replacing everything we're used to.
No, not replacing, just adding this interactive layer on top.
Interesting.
And the article has some screenshots of what this looks like. And
Oh, I'd love to see that.
it's so different from any search results page I've ever seen. Very visual, very clean, seems easy to use.
Hmm.
And this isn't just some random experiment either. Learnabout is actually part of a bigger initiative from Google called the Learning Initiative.
The Learning Initiative, huh?
Yeah, they have a bunch of other projects under that umbrella.
Oh, right. I think I read about that. What else is in there?
Well, there's ShiftBot, which helps students plan research papers.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Illuminate for breaking down tough academic texts.
Mm-hmm.
And even Notebook LM, an AI that can take notes for you.
Wow, they're really going all in on AI for education.
It really makes you wonder if this could be the future of how we learn.
Yeah, imagine learning about anything being as easy and engaging as using Learnabout.
Right. What would that mean for classrooms and teachers as we know them?
Fascinating question, and one that I'm sure educators are already thinking about.
For sure. There's definitely potential for AI to personalize learning and make information more accessible.
Absolutely.
But there are also those important questions about human interaction and guidance in learning.
Right, we can't forget about that human element.
And speaking of accessibility right now, Learnabout is only available to users in the US.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be English only.
Uh-huh.
But here's the twist. The article says Learnabout can actually understand and respond to queries in Spanish.
What? Really?
Yeah, they even give an example. Someone asked in Spanish, is it possible to eat a fisheye? And Learnabout understood and answered it.
Wow, that's wild.
And it explicitly states that it doesn't speak Spanish yet.
That's pretty remarkable.
So maybe the AI powering it is more advanced than we thought.
Could be a sign that they're already working on multilingual capabilities, even if it's not officially supported.
Makes you wonder what other languages it might be able to process.
Yeah, that opens up a whole other can of worms.
And it also brings up some important privacy questions.
For sure, if it's collecting and analyzing queries in multiple languages, even those it doesn't officially support,
Yeah.
how is that data being used and protected?
Exactly. And that takes us right to the privacy side of all this.
Right.
The article mentions that Learnabout has a consent agreement users have to agree to.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It talks about how they store data for up to 18 months and that human reviewers might look at conversations to improve the system. But they do say they'll remove any identifying information.
Okay, that's good at least.
So they seem to be trying to be transparent about their data practices. But it still raises questions about the balance between personalization and privacy with AI.
Yeah, the more data these systems collect, the better they can tailor the learning experience. But we also need to be careful about how that data is used and protected, especially when it comes to potentially sensitive information.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance
Yeah, for sure, delicate balance.
that we're going to have to figure out as AI becomes more and more part of our lives.
Absolutely. We need to be having these conversations now.
For sure. So what do you think about all of this so far?
Well, it's a lot to process, but it's definitely fascinating. Seems like Google is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI and education.
Yeah, and it's making me think a lot about what the future holds for content creators and SEO professionals.
Me too. If AI is summarizing information and guiding our learning, will we even need websites and articles in the same way?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not sure anyone has the answer yet.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
For sure. This Learnabout experiment could be a game changer.
It could be. Or it could just be a blip on the radar.
Only time will tell, I guess.
I guess so. But one thing's for sure, AI is changing the game, and we need to be ready to adapt.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I'm excited to dive even deeper into this next time.
Me too.
Yeah.
There's so much more to explore with this Learn About experiment and the implications for the future of learning and information.
So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back soon with more on this fascinating topic.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
It's a balancing act, for sure, and one that's only going to get trickier as AI becomes more integrated into our lives. Speaking of which, I can't help but wonder, what does all this mean for the future of SEO?
Right?
Like, if we have AI summarizing information and guiding our learning, will we even need websites and articles the same way?
That's a question a lot of people are asking.
I bet.
The article doesn't really give a definite answer,
Figured.
but it's definitely something that content creators and SEO professionals should be thinking about.
Yeah, it's like, do we need to start optimizing for AI now?
It's possible. Imagine if Learn About gets integrated into Google search itself.
Oh, wow.
That could completely change how we find and consume information online.
Seriously?
Or maybe it stays as a separate learning tool alongside traditional search results. Either way, it seems like AI is going to play a much bigger role in how we discover and learn about new things.
It's both exciting and a little scary, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that the digital world is constantly evolving. We have to be adaptable and always willing to learn new things to stay ahead of the curve.
So what would you say to content creators who are maybe feeling a little anxious about all this?
Yeah.
What can they do to prepare for a future where AI might be summarizing their work?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is focusing on quality and depth of content.
Okay.
If AI is going to be summarizing information, it needs to be able to accurately understand and extract the key points.
That makes sense.
So, content creators who prioritize clear, concise, and well-structured writing will be in a better position to have their work accurately represented by AI summaries.
So it's not just about keywords and getting to the top of the search results page anymore.
It might be less about that in the future.
Interesting.
Instead, it might be more about creating content that is both informative and engaging enough to be featured in those AI-generated summaries. Think about it. If Learn About is pulling information from your article to create an interactive learning experience, you want to make sure that information is accurate, engaging, and represents your expertise well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's almost like we need to start thinking about writing for both humans and machines.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the writing itself. Content creators might need to consider incorporating visuals, interactive elements, and other multimedia components into their work to make it more appealing for AI-powered learning tools.
So it's like a whole new set of skills and strategies to think about. What about for SEO professionals? How do they adapt to this changing landscape?
Well, they might need to shift their focus from traditional keyword research and link building to understanding how AI algorithms process and rank content. This could involve learning about natural language processing, machine learning, and other AI technologies.
So instead of trying to game the search engine, it's about understanding how the AI actually thinks.
Exactly. SEO professionals might need to start thinking more like data scientists, analyzing how AI systems interpret and classify information, and then optimizing content accordingly.
It's a whole new world, isn't it?
It is. But it's also an exciting time to be involved in these fields.
Yeah.
We're at the forefront of a major technological shift, and there are so many possibilities and opportunities yet to be explored.
I totally agree. I have to admit I was a little apprehensive about this Learn About thing at first, but the more we talk about it, the more I'm starting to see its potential. I mean, if it can really make learning more accessible and engaging, who are we to argue with that?
Right. And let's not forget the potential benefits for people who learn differently. Visual learners, for example, might thrive in this type of interactive environment. Learn About could really level the playing field when it comes to access to information and create a more inclusive learning experience for everyone.
That's a really great point. And it reminds me of something we touched on earlier, the potential for Learn About to bridge language barriers.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine a world where anyone, regardless of their native language, can access and understand information using a tool like this. The implications for global communication and knowledge sharing are huge.
It's mind-blowing, really. But let's not get too carried away. It's still early days, and Learn About is just an experiment for now. There are still a lot of questions to be answered about its effectiveness, its limitations, and of course the ethical considerations we need to address.
Right. As with any new technology, we need to approach it with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution. We need to make sure we're developing and using AI in a way that benefits everyone and doesn't create new inequalities or ethical dilemmas.
Couldn't agree more. It's a responsibility we all share, and it's a conversation we need to keep having.
Wow, we've covered a lot today, from those interactive lists and AI summaries to the future of SEO and even what this could mean for education. It's been a wild deep dive, and honestly, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about all of this. What about you? Feeling the learn about buzz yet?
Yeah, I have to say, it's hard not to be excited about tech that could really make knowledge accessible and learning more fun for everyone.
I know. Imagine a world where learning about anything is as easy and engaging as using Learn About.
Right.
No more slogging through pages of boring text or struggling with complex ideas, just pure interactive learning that's tailored to your own curiosity.
It's a powerful vision for sure, and I think it's something we should all be working towards.
Definitely. But like we talked about, it's important to look at these advancements critically, too. We can't forget about things like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the role of human interaction in a world where AI is becoming so central. You're absolutely right. It's not just about blindly embracing the new shiny tech. It's about understanding how it could impact us, both the good and the bad, and working together to shape a future where AI is truly benefiting humanity.
Couldn't agree more. So for anyone listening who's as fascinated by this Learn About experiment as we are, I highly recommend checking it out yourself.
Yeah, go for it.
It's still in those early stages, but it gives us a glimpse of what learning might look like in the future.
And once you've had a chance to explore it, we'd love to hear what you think.
Definitely.
What stood out to you? What possibilities or concerns came to mind? Join the conversation and let's learn together, because this is a journey we're all on.
That's a great point. Learning is all about collaboration, and we can all learn from each other's experiences and perspectives. So keep those minds curious, stay engaged, and until next time, happy learning, everyone.
See you next time.